If I move over there or over there, will you guys remind me that I'm live? Should stay right here. Okay, so actually I do want to just say your names. I want to at least hear your names so that maybe a few times it'll sink in.
Jen.
Kelly.
Kelly.
Libby.
Libby.
Debbie.
Jessica.
Okay.
Megan.
Terry.
Katie.
Jackie.
Erica.
Candy.
Tina.
Lisa.
Tiffany.
Alicia.
Nicole.
Sean.
Okay, so how many is that? 17. You guys, that's so exciting. 17 new jewelers. So welcome to Premier. I know some of you, there's probably a major gamut of training that some of you have had, from like nothing to you've been through training, and this is just kind of like a recap of things that you've learned. But I will tell you that having done this for even 15 years, there's not a single training that I go to that I don't still learn something else or a whole different perspective on something. So especially as a new jeweler, I always feel like there's never too much information that you can take in. So some of you may have already received from Susie or Brenda or Christine or whoever your Premier Mom is, their simplified version of training, new jeweler training. It's like it's a front and back sheet. Does anybody have that from either one of them? Anybody gone through that with them yet? Like, have you met with Susie or not yet? Okay. Good. So I put that on a handout, and actually what I'm going to do is take a moment to actually pass this out. So if you, let's have this one go that direction, and this one go this direction. There's front and back on each of these. And the very back one, I think I actually need to on it. Can I have the very back one of that one? Thank you. Yep, there it is. Okay. We'll let those kind of float around the room. So I'd like to, curiosity's sake, who has had their kickoff show? Okay. Nice. Okay, that's about half the room.
Training show.
Yeah, their training show or their launch party. There's so many different things you can call. So the rest of you, yours is most likely coming up soon.
Friday.
Friday? Okay.
Saturday.
Okay. That's so fun, so exciting. I can tell you like, we'll cover a lot of information tonight, but the two most important things you can do before your kickoff show is well, there's probably more like three, but definitely constant contact with your guests. Just focusing on how much fun, how exciting that you're excited and would love their support and that kind of thing. But pre-sale orders, because those pre-sale orders make a tremendous difference in the entire retail of your jewelry party. And the third thing is bookings. If you don't have bookings on your calendar yet, you might as well start now. There's no reason to wait. So go ahead and pre-book some jewelry parties. I usually have my jewelers try to pre-book their first 2 weeks of business before their training show actually comes. If you haven't, that's totally fine. It's not that you're not going to succeed. It's just that if you pre-book shows now for even like a week, you can have a really successful show planning it in a week. So if you get some bookings on your calendar, then you have your kickoff show, and boom, within a week you can have a couple more shows instead of waiting, for that time in between. So keep a list of people that you have. There's usually a list. You want to make a list of people that you want to invite to your kickoff show. And if those of you did your kickoff show but not everybody came, then have another kickoff show. You are allowed to have as many as you want. So you make a list.
Do that in a certain time frame?
No. It could be part of your quick start now. They just announced all this new flexible home show stuff. So there's always people that can't make it to any given jewelry show. So just know that your hostess can have a second jewelry show for you, but if it's your kickoff show and not everybody came, then just have another one. Say like a second chance for you guys to make it and see my new bling, that kind of thing. So make a list of people to invite to your kickoff show. You need to make a list of people you're going to ask to do a show for you. That are going to be your future hostesses. And make a list of people that you see fit for this business. You think could either use the income that you just like and would love to have them in the business with you. So those are really the three lists. So people you're inviting to your show, people that you're going to ask to book parties for you, and people, what was that? people that you want to share the business with. So then if you want to go to this training for new jewelers, it's in kind of tiny font because I fit it all onto the one handout. So between what we're sharing with you here and this right here, which is amazing, this is called, it's a Premier Life, and I'm not even kidding you. If you just took this and read it, you would not even need a sponsor in this business. You can have success with your business. I tell my jewelers, new jewelers, don't just read it once. Read it multiple times. Like, read through this because things will eventually sink in. And then once you have your show and maybe your first, show or two after that, that's when all of a sudden those little aha moments go off, don't they? They're like, oh, okay, this all fits into place. So that is where this is really going to come in handy. This is your training guide. Like, it's not optional. You absolutely have to read this at least once or you're going to be lost at some point. And this is going to answer the questions you're going to ask anyway. So you can still ask them. We're here for you. But, you might as well read it and find out for yourself as well. So that's the Premier Guide. So it just says on here, congrats and welcome to Premier. Here's what we need to get your business off the ground quickly. So we already kind of mentioned it, book shows. So that is the quickest way to fire yourself in the business is not to continue to book shows. And that's one of people's greatest fears. Am I going to be able to continue to book shows? And that's a real fear. That's a real thing. And so I think a little fear is very healthy though, don't you? So that means you care about your business and you care about the success of this thing going. So always remember, I love this saying, book a show with a show. So, and it's 1 to grow, how does that go? 2 to main, 1 to grow. I can't even remember that saying right now, actually. But my goal is actually 2. I want to always book 2 parties from every single jewelry show. Now, 3 is the best goal because you give your hostess the bonus of $50 extra free jewelry. So that can be your overall goal and your ultimate goal. But in my mind, if I don't leave there with 2 parties scheduled for the future, I'm going to get a little nervous because one of those parties might cancel and the other one might hold. But I'm sorry, I know what it is. Book a show at the show. It's 1 to maintain, 2 to grow. That's what the saying is. So meaning when you're at a show, you always want to replace a show with a show. Okay? 1 to maintain, meaning just keep it going. 2 to grow your business and to have multiple more shows. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You have to get bookings at your home shows. That's what's going to keep your business going. So you cannot be the saleswoman that's like, oh, it's okay. You cannot stop there. You're never going to have to be pushy. You just have to be positive and fun and say things like, as long as we pencil it in, it counts towards the hostess's bonus. So Holly will say, Holly hostesses are. So as long as we pencil it in, it counts towards her bonus. Because that encourages her to at least pencil it in because people are busy, right? I'm going to tell you right now, I want you to write down, some of this is going to go from training and other it's going to be off the cuff. Write down the words, the power of 2. Has anybody ever heard that before? The power of 2.
I've heard the power of 3.
Oh, okay. Well, now we're down to 2. The power of 2 is this, ladies. You always offer 2 dates. Don't train yourself into saying to someone, what works for you? Like if they're going to book a party, you think they're going to book a show. Don't let the words out of your mouth. What works for you? Because guess what's going to happen? She's going to go through every activity she has in her life. Well, let's see, we have piano on Wednesday, we've got sports, basketball on Thursday, church this night. You know what? I'm going to have to get back to you. And 99% of the time she's going to say, I'm going to have to get back to you. And you know what? You have about a 1% chance of actually even scheduling that. If she doesn't get it down that night, it is not going to happen. So I am not trying to scare you. I want to put healthy fear in you. You have to know from the get-go, in the back of your head, one step ahead, as you're at your jewelry shows, walking up, and I'll say to somebody, you should totally have a show. You love this jewelry. You get so much of it for free. That's the other thing. It's called the tell, not ask theory. It's not, do you want to have a jewelry show, Libby? Do you want to have a jewelry show? She's going to kind of be like, it's kind of like a weird thing. Maybe, Instead, Libby, you have got to have a show. I totally want to do a show with you. You love this jewelry. You clearly love fashion. And you get a ton of free jewelry when you're a hostess.
Susie got me.
What's that?
Susie got me.
Yeah, but you see the difference.
And I think it's good with teamwork attitude, like let's book a show, let's work together on this.
Oh, that's a very
And
good
it'll make,
thing to
you
point
know,
out.
I'll work
Yeah.
with you, it'll be easy, it'll
That's
be fun.
so smart,
It's
yeah.
a teamwork thing.
I love that idea. That's like a teamwork thing because she does become your teamwork
Right.
mate, and I do point that out.
And then it doesn't seem so scary for the hostess to be,
Mm-hmm.
so.
That's a very good point. And let me back up to that whole power of two because I never really finished that. So the reason you offer 2 dates is because it's easy to say. So, for example, Libby, we have got to do a show. You are going to get tons and tons of free jewelry. I actually am trying to schedule the 17th and the 21st. Would either one of those happen to work for you? Not what would work for you, but I'm trying to schedule this or that because otherwise they start thinking of everything they have going on. Whereas if you pinpoint 2 dates, she might say, well, the 17th we've got soccer, but actually the 21st is open. Okay. And you're showing confidence. You own your business. You own your schedule. I book shows on Thursdays and Fridays, sometimes Saturdays. I mark a circle, my calendar, the nights that I will have a jewelry show every month. And I tell people these are the only nights that I'll book, Thursdays or Fridays.
What about afternoons? Because a lot of people, my kids are grown now, but I know when they were younger, like weeknights were insane.
Yeah.
You know, with kids and
Yeah.
But like Sunday afternoon, especially this time of year. I mean, other than football, which is over.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Saturday and Sunday afternoons, for sure. If you have a group of stay-at-home moms, they'll even meet with you on an afternoon during the week. So it kind of just depends on your groups. I've had shows at my dentist office over the lunch hour before. I walked in once, I had a $600 party in 1 hour because they had to be in and out in 1 hour. Wow. I used the office assistant, got the free jewelry, and that's how I marketed it. I said, listen, you girls are fun. You're cute, and I can tell you like jewelry. I will bring you in lunch someday, and I would love to. And then my little friend, my little gal that I bonded with, the office gal, I was like, you can be the hostess and get free jewelry. And the other gals that were sitting there, I'm like, I'll split it with you guys too. You can get some free jewelry too. And we'll have a party, and at the end, I'll draw some mystery hostesses, mystery free, and I'll draw their names, and then we divide it up, and they get free jewelry. So you can do anything. Like, so many people are so much smarter than me when it comes to ideas for booking with people, but you just have to think outside the box. They say, think outside the jewelry box.
Well, that's
And,
what I was doing upstairs on the phone. My friend from Connecticut is doing a cheerleading conference at the Gaylord Hotel.
Nice.
So there's all those cheerleading moms that are going to be there. So I was
Yeah.
like, hey, do you want to do a hotel party?
Yes.
Cheer moms. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Cheer moms. You can do it Facebook Live. You can do fundraisers. I love doing fundraisers. You can call it a party with a purpose.
How do you do that? Because I'm getting ready to do that. Actually, I volunteer at a senior dog shelter,
Okay.
and one of the girls that works there, she's going to have a party, and
Okay.
I said I would donate part of my proceeds.
Yeah, and that's all it is, and that is a whole training in itself. So we can definitely chat with you some
Okay.
more. But I will tell you guys, when you do a fundraiser, you just decide a portion of your profits that you're going to give, and then what it ends up being is like I usually donate half my profits, which is so I'll say either 50% of my profits, or you can say 25% of the retail, and then you get a lot of leads. And then anybody that books, I usually offer, I'll say I'll get 10% of the next party back to this cause, or what you can think of, all sorts of things to do. But I have a jeweler right now, that is like the lifeline to her business right now, is fundraisers. Because she moved to a new city and she didn't know anybody. And so she just started promoting herself and marketing herself as anybody, do you know anybody that has softball, basketball, or cheerleading, or whatever it be, that would like to raise some funds. So anyway, I did one for my niece last year, and I was able to give them $1,000. Her little softball team, they all went crazy. They bought a ton of jewelry, but I donated $1,000 to that softball team for new helmets or whatever it was. I don't know. So anyway, so book shows. That saying, replace a show with a show. I finally ironed that out. It took me a while. Replace a show with a show. 1 to maintain, 2 to grow. Power of 2 when you're scheduling dates. That's how you're going to get your dates down. Always offer 2 options. If those 2 don't work, you give another 2 options. And it's always your next 2 available options, okay? And then next, do your best to have a minimum of 5 to 6 shows on your calendar before your launch party. Now, are you a failure if you don't? No. A lot of people don't. But should you definitely try? Yes. There's texting verbiage on here. And Susie made this, and I'm telling you, Susie is the queen of texting verbiage. And so this is what she has. Hi, Susie. I hope all is well with you and your family. I wanted to reach out to you to let you know I've started my own business with Premier Designs Jewelry. I'm so excited, but I need your help, right? Because you do. When you're new, you do need their help. Would you be willing to get a few of your girlfriends together to help me get started? Our hostess benefits are amazing, and I promise it will be worth your time. Please let me know either way. I truly appreciate it. So it's a long text, but that's the way people text nowadays. So get it all out in one big text. And then here's the key, and this comes from Kate Finn, who's my premier mom in Lincoln, Nebraska. So you do all that, and you know what? Do you get responses right away? No, not typically. Some do, but not typically. Do you want to know the key to get a response on a text messages? All I do, did you get my message? Like that night or the next day. Hey, Susie, did you get my message? Period, that's it. Or what she has here, if you know the person, like personally, like if it's a friend or a cousin or whatever. Me again, sorry to be a pest. Did you get my text about helping me out by doing a show? I have challenged myself to get 5 on my calendar by the end of the day. Thank you again for considering. That's great verbiage. So you guys, you take that and you literally use it. Use your little voice texting, talk it in there. You can save, what I recommend is save this in your phone under your note section. I have so much hanging out in my note section that I just copy and paste from all the time.
Don't use Susie's name every time.
Exactly. Take out Susie's name. That would be a smart thing. Yeah, there you go. So if those are, that's just how you're going to get shows booked now. Now, if you don't have them before your show and you've already had your kickoff show, obviously you still know a lot of people to text this verbiage to. And you are still getting your business going. So alter it and change it as you please. But in general, this is a great verbiage for you. So here's some other details. Set up your personal web page. So this is $10 a month for you. Or if you pay it all in advance, you get 2 months free for the year. So it's $100 for the year. I will tell you, you will save so much money in catalogs. It's worth it because it's a business savvy tool for you, and I think it's probably going to lend to all the developments that are coming up, possibly at National Rally. But I do think that that personal web page is not something that Premier, should be offering for free, because they offer the big website. You can go online, you enter your orders online. All of that is free with your sign up. They put this together for us. You just have to insert your picture, put your own little story. They run your personal web page for you. It's amazing. So it makes you look very savvy. So go ahead and get that personal website, and then people have access to your catalogs, which then I'm assuming eventually, you'll be able to order smack online and all that. So
I haven't told anybody yet, but the first person that likes my webpage, I'm going to give them free shipping.
nice.
Because nobody's liked it yet, so I'm like, the first person who likes it.
You mean on your Facebook?
No, on my webpage.
How can they like it on your webpage?
Did you link it to your Facebook?
Yeah, there's the like on it.
Oh, I did not even know that. That's funny. Honestly, I obviously don't do that with my webpage. I'm going to have to go in and look. So that's cool, and you can actually link it to your Facebook.
Shared mine onto my Facebook.
Yeah, like your actual link.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Everybody's like, "Are you naked in the picture?" No.
Oh my gosh!
I had on a strapless dress and it cropped.
Oh, that's
so it looks like I'm
hysterical.
sitting there naked. Yeah, I was naked.
That's a great way to kick off your business.
With Premier jewelry on, well, I tried to do.
yes, I'm dressed
I cannot do a selfie to save my life, and I tried with jewelry on, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, really?" So I went back and I found a halfway normal-looking picture and put that on. I thought, "Screw it, I can't.
That's funny.
I'm too old for selfies."
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
My daughters can do it. I can't.
So definitely the personal webpage. The next is credit card access. So I'll just recommend you use the Square. It really is the easiest, most worldwide used, processing. It's very easy. You definitely need, it's not hard at all set up. You go to square.com and you put a little bit of info in, and then they send you for free the swiper. You're going to lose a percentage of your sale, but that's just all credit card processing. You definitely have to have it because a lot of people only buy with credit card. I know people that don't have credit card and they frequently lose a sale because they don't accept people's credit cards. So
I forgot mine. I did a show last week and I forgot mine, but my daughter was home from school still. So I called her to bring it. And if I hadn't, I would have lost out on over $400 in sales.
No, because you can write it down still
Yeah, I
and
know.
type it in
Most
there.
people feel
Yeah.
more comfortable.
I do it all the time though still, like if I leave mine at home. They don't mind. Like people are just used to giving out their credit card in this day and age. So if you do ever leave it, don't worry. Just write it down and tell them you'll enter it. You can actually enter it right onto your phone. Did you leave your phone at home or the swiper?
No, just the swipe.
Yeah, you can just punch it right into your phone and not even ever have to write it down.
So,
So yeah. So anyway, create customer folders. These are nice to have. Women, that is a very professional thing. Sometimes I will tell you if I'm late for a show or if it just is not all working out together, I literally have a stack of catalogs, a stack of order forms, some pens, like I'll throw it out on the table. But I always feel like a little more put together if I have my customers' items in a folder. You can go to the dollar store, get some fun, colorful folders. For $1 a piece, you can get them on the Premier website that say something like,
Something sparkly.
free jewelry is a bright idea or something, like cute folders. So you can use whatever you want, but I do recommend, and on there is a list of what to put in your folders, which is a catalog, order form, guest survey, or any additional handouts that you, like I have this handout that is some easy fashion to go through, just some very general fashion. And on the back side it says, are you curious, which is the business information. And every single guest at every single home show of mine goes home with this because I want them to go home with the information on the business and some, excuse me, some fashion. My little cat allergy's kicking in. So create hostess packets. Those come in your kit. So those are those little folders that look very similar to the one. Is it Nicole? Yeah, it looks just like that. But it's a Premier Hostess folder, and you guys have seen them. If you haven't, they're coming in your kit. And inside your Hostess folder or Hostess packet, you want to put 2 catalogs, 4 to 5 order forms, if you're running a monthly special, and then pre-sale instructions. All of that your sponsor can send you. So before your first show, put a little star there and say, Susie, Brenda, Kristen, whoever your sponsor is, send me the handouts that go in my Hostess packet. Just print them off, stuff your Hostess packets, and it's good. You're good to go. Incentives. So,
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Are those all on the website also? Like, do we have to get them from our sponsor and bug her, or can we just print them off the website?
you know, and we just recently did my husband set it up for me, like a web page that we're going to be putting all this stuff in, where all you have to do is go to an email. It's a premiercavan@gmail.com, and I give you the password, and then you click on the files in there, and so all of our jewelers, no matter where they live, are going to have access to these types of files. So if you Facebook message me and remind me, I'll stick them in there. And we actually sent out that information a few weeks ago to our jewelers, but I'll send it out again. So this stuff is most of the stuff that kind of like that we have, but you can definitely get equal things from the Premier website. Let me tell you, we're going to train you on what we do, but we actually want to kick you out of our boat as soon as possible, and you do your own fun little creative things. Now, in general, do what works. Like, you know, a lot of this stuff is just basic. This keeps saying low battery. I'm probably going to lose people pretty soon. And I do want to tell you that analogy. As a new jeweler, we have you in our little boat, right? We're teaching you, training you, encouraging you, getting you ready for your business. As soon as possible, we want to kick you out into your own boat. It's an independent company and business, and you are going to be much more successful as an independent jeweler. You always can ask us questions, text us, come to our shows, get together. We are totally wanting to help you. But you all know, as adults, that when you start doing things independently on your own, that's when you really start to grow in your business. So if you start not failing, but like sinking, that's the word I'm looking for, and like, oh my gosh, I haven't had a booking in a couple shows, or my retail stinks, then we're going to put you back in our boat for a little bit. We're going to go through maybe a fun new fashion segment that you can do at your shows, or teach you a way to excite people on bookings. Like, please do not wait. If you feel like you need help in a certain area and you've had a couple shows, instead of going a couple more shows before we can help you, seek us out. Because then you're going to go to 2 more shows where you cannot implement something new. On the flip side of that, I want to tell you, there's a few sometimes you have to do things a couple of times before it feels comfortable. So don't give up too soon. You kind of have to figure out that balance. But Okay, incentives. So Premier website has an incredible company. Premier has Premier Designs Incentives is what it's called. We get to order little incentives basically at cost. It's amazing. Like, I give my friends and family sometimes gifts for the holidays or their birthdays off of this. It is a huge online catalog of fun girl stuff. Bracelets, bags, sunglasses, totes, like you name it. So you go on on the Premier website. It's under My Account, and then it's under Preferred Vendors. She might even have it on here. It is. And then it's Premier Designs Incentives.
I could not say that. I could not find it for my life. There's so much information on
There is.
that website.
So what I tell my
I think it's in
jewelers
the
to
first
do,
column.
it is the
Drop
very
down.
first column.
Yeah, at the bottom.
And it says My
Preferred
Account.
vendors.
Click on that. At the very bottom, it says
Preferred.
Preferred Vendors.
Okay.
And that'll do a little arrow over, and then it takes another list
Right.
down, and at that list there is Premier Designs Incentives, which you have to do a username and password for as well, because it is a separate company from Premier Designs Jewelry. So, for example, my hottest incentive right now, if I can find it amongst all these other fabulous arm parties, let's see, you guys know what that's called, right? This is called an arm party, and you stack up a bunch. Not fun. So you can tell people at your shows they have to have an arm party. My hottest incentive right now, I'll just show you, is this coil tennis bracelet. I'll have very cute. They come in gold or silver. These are a little more expensive. They're $3.90. The tennis bracelets are $1.60. Those are little Cartier replica tennis bracelets. They're channel set Austrian crystals, fold over safety clasp, $40 retail value. These, I have not researched the retail value on, but I'm guessing they're probably about the same retail value. So, this is my incentive, when ladies buy 3 or more pieces of jewelry, they get it for free. And you sell the sizzle on this little baby, and then they're jeweling, and they must have it. So that is what you can find on incentives. So I would recommend that you get some. Okay, let me back up, because I know this is a lot of information, and it's never my intention to overwhelm you. I wish I had one right now. Does anybody have one of the Hostess charm bracelets? Okay, so Premier also.
Oh, no, the hostess one. Never mind.
Yes. Oh, but you do have one. That's the incentive. Yeah. Also on the Premier incentives is, we're going to start with this for bookings. This is what I do for bookings. Anytime somebody books a party at their show, the very first part of my show, I give them their Hostess charm bracelet. It is specific to Premier Designs. The dangling charms represent our company. The crown is the Premier Designs logo. It symbolizes hope and Premier's royal way of service. The heart represents the people. The ring represents the product we sell, a little cute little ring. And the cross is a reminder that Premier is built on biblical principles. So it's this cute little charm bracelet. And that's the only incentive I give if somebody books a party. If you book a party, so I start the show off and I read this and I give it to my hostess, thank you, but I pass it around the room first. So everybody sees it, and I let them know if you have a show, you also get this bracelet. And so pass it around, and then make sure you give it to Holly Hostess at the end. And that's her gift. So that is my booking incentive when somebody books a party. That's one incentive you need, booking incentive. Write down booking incentive, Hostess charm bracelet. You don't have to give that away. It's just what?
If you give it to them when they book the party, then what do you give them at the party?
Nothing. I have stopped doing anything at the party. You can give some. For years I've given.
They'll get a lot from having it.
Yes.
No,
I totally. It's a very legit question. Most of the time I'll give some, and sometimes I do if I need extra bookings. I'll say, if you book tonight, you get to take this home with you, whatever it is, and then at your show you also are going to get this Hostess charm bracelet.
So you give the charm bracelet at the booking.
I give the charm bracelet at the actual party. It starts off my home show. That's the way I start my shows. Ladies, I want to give Holly Hostess her gift. Come on up, Holly. Thank you so much for having a show tonight. I really appreciate you getting your girlfriends together. I have a gift for you, and I want to read to you what this means, because it represents Premier, our company. And I read it. I read the card. The card comes attached to the bracelet. It does say made in China. Take that off, because it's not Premier Jewelry. It's our incentive company. So no, it's not Premier Designs Jewelry. And then I show her, but first I make it go around the room, and I say, and I give it to her when she's done. Okay, so that's booking incentive. If they book a party, they get the Hostess charm bracelet. The retail incentive are these little coil bracelets, or the petite tennis bracelets, which come in like gold, silver, rose gold, all sorts of colors. I've always just stuck with just gold and silver. That's all I've done for 15 years, and that's always plenty of options, because I find if I offer too many, then I run out of this, and I feel like I have to order more. Whereas if I offer them gold or silver. You can choose what you like, though, if there's something.
For the incentives, can you use your credit card, your Premier Design?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can use your Premier card.
So, in other words, you said as a retail incentive.
Yes.
So you say to the hostess, if your party reaches X amount, then you get this.
No. She gets the free jewelry. I say to my customers, ladies, when I'm going through the show and showing the jewelry, and my retail special tonight is that when you purchase 3 or more items, you get a free bracelet.
Oh, okay.
And ladies, this is your free. And I actually usually have at least 2 or 3 people wearing these, because they usually can't take it off, because I take it with them that night. And I'll say, ladies, these are channel set Austrian crystals. And I can try, if somebody reminds me, I'll post the verbiage on that website too. These are channel set Austrian crystals in a coil bracelet. It comes in gold or silver. These are a $40 retail value, but they're free when you buy 3 or more items. So when people are checking out and they have 2 pieces, it's easy for you to say, oh, I see you have 2 pieces. Do you want me to recommend maybe a lower priced 3rd item so you can still get your free $40 bracelet? So do you understand? It's just, this business, it's a lot about verbiage. It is upsell, but that's what you do. That's what you do. You're trying to sell some jewelry and sell some bling. And I'm telling you, if I bought 2 pieces of jewelry and I had forgotten about the special, I would be upset if they did not remind me, because I am a massively big-time incentive person. You offer me an incentive. I go to Clinique bonus days when I don't even need Clinique. I don't even really use Clinique. But when they have bonus days, I go because I got to get their free stuff, right? So women, it's not just me. Who else likes incentives?
I only go to Kohl's and I get the 30% off too.
I know, I just got one. It starts in a couple of days.
I just got mine too in the mail.
I know, I'm so excited. Anyway, so just know this is your business. Why did you start Premier? To do what? To make money. You make money. And that is okay to say, you guys. Yes, you're going to get so many more benefits out of Premier, but you got to make money in this business, okay? So that's okay. Have fun with upselling that jewelry. Offer that fun little bracelet. So the next is, let's see here. Oh, it's free if you order $50 worth of jewelry, by the way. When you do a Premier Incentives order, it's free shipping for $50 or more. So if you,
I had a question about the credit card. What are the reward points or whatever? What is that? Like, what do you get? Like, is it just
like on the Premier card, like you use the Premier card, you can turn those reward points into certificates or your rally fee or your renewal. You can use it. There's many different options for the reward points. It's on the website.
Well, I already set up I already have the card. I just
Good.
know what the points are.
Yeah, but you can actually use then your Jeweler Rewards card on Premier Incentives. You can't use it at Target or anywhere else, but Premier Designs and Premier Designs Incentives. And if you sponsor a new jeweler that cannot get the financing, I don't really want to get too far into this, but if she could either write you a check or pay you cash, you can actually use your Premier card. Only you, as a sponsoring jeweler, can finance your new jeweler. Now, you got to get that money from her, clearly. You have to be careful about that. I only had one time in 15 years it kind of blew up in my face. That's pretty good. But you know what I mean? Like, if you have the Premier card, you can actually finance your new jeweler, but she has to pay you. Does that make sense? So if she can't herself get the financing, or she can the best thing is just for her to do it separately with her other credit card or her bank card. I have had it happen where jewelers actually pay me cash. And so I've used the Premier card for that. Or if it's somebody I know that just doesn't have all the money, I have financed her before with a payment plan and a contract where she pays me back at her kickoff show. So, and I am not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you that is an option. I can't even believe I told you that in a new jeweler training, because that is probably TMI. But just so you know, I think because so many of you we still have this promotion left by the end of February. And I mean, if I were you as new jewelers, you guys sponsor it right away. Bring some of your friends into this business with you by the end of February, because they can get that $200 off. So one thing Brenda and Susie and Christine, they said, they're like, Carrie, make sure you make them understand that part of this business is also sharing Premier. we are never going to hound it down at you. This is not we are not considered one of these big recruiting companies. Premier is not. We are considered a company that will share the opportunity, and then if it can meet a need for somebody, awesome. If not, it's okay. So just share, share, share. My motto, personally, share, share, share. Leave the results to the Lord, and that's all I can do. If it's meant for her to be, and I'm gonna help her. She's gonna get going. Okay, plan on attending. Can somebody tell me what time it is?
8:27.
Oh, good, we're good. So plan on attending 2 or more of your sponsor shows, Christine's shows, Susie's shows. We need to ask them to post on Facebook their upcoming shows. I cannot even drill this enough. This is free training for you. You go along with them and you watch the way Susie does her show. Then you watch the way Brenda does her show, which are their completely different personality types, and they do it completely different, but they're both incredibly successful. So make sure you go and you watch some people's home shows. If you want to come out to Loudoun County, join me anytime. I would love for you guys to come with me. So that is and then monthly trainings, that's another one. There's that saying, those who train remain, those who don't won't. So Susie actually posted it earlier on the Facebook page. So even if your business is in the slumps, that is definitely when you need to come to training. Some people think, oh, I'm not going to go to training. That's when you need to come to training. When your business is rocking and rolling, that's also when you need to come to training so you can share what you're doing with the other jewelers. So I just never missed training. I missed once. I think I missed... Or did I still go to that training? I had my appendix out, I remember.
How dare you.
And then the other, it was...
Your knee surgery was Raleigh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I went to Raleigh a week after my right knee surgery, and if y'all think about it, shoot up a prayer on Monday, because I'm having left knee surgery on Monday. So I
just had a hip replacement.
Oh, I know, it's no fun.
I know. It
So,
wasn't.
oh my gosh, is it better?
Yes, I fell and broke it, so.
Oh my gosh,
I'm all better.
It's so scary. Just believe in yourself. That really is. I would love to just, you own your own business. You are an independent business owner. And when you think about it, to own your own business for under $1,000, where the return of your investment is 50% off your retail product, not just the return on your investment, but your continual income is 50%. Why wouldn't we want to share that with other people, right?
I made mine back in my launch show. So
Yes, because it was a huge launch show. Who else did or came really close at least?
I mean, I had a $700 launch show.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly. So, I don't need to sit, you're already in Premier. I know some of you it seems like you're very highly considering it, those of you that are still here. But what I like to think of sponsoring is this, girls, and you can write this down. All sponsoring is sharing with others the same opportunity that you have to make 50%. That's what sponsoring is. You're sharing with others the same opportunity that you have to make 50%. A lot of people need extra income. And there's not a lot of jobs out there. Did you know, and this is what I do at my shows for my sponsoring segment, did you know that if you worked at Target once a week for 5 hours, that's 20 hours a month? And if they paid you $10, 20 times 10 is what? $200 you would make at Target for a typical part-time job. A lot of people have part-time jobs. If you put the same 5 hours into your Premier business and you did 4 shows a month, each of your shows are about 5 hours from the time you leave your driveway to the time you get back to your driveway, and that's probably even generous. Even if the average retail of those jewelry shows was $500, which is even under this area, you made $1,000 compared to $200. So don't be quiet about this opportunity when you need other people. Some people are going to be like, oh, that's just not my thing. You know what? That's okay. What's the worst they're going to say? No. If you share Premier with somebody, the worst they're going to say is no. But you've opened your heart. You see they have a need. There's not a single person that if they share with me they're a stay-at-home mom or a work-from-home mom or a housewife, or if they need extra income, or if they're retired, I share it so openly. I don't know how not to share it, because I've literally seen it not just change lives, but just add some extra income to people's, So they wanted me to share a little of that with you. So the next one is You're going to get a lot of objections in this business, and I don't know about you, but I love objections. You don't like them now because you're just nervous and trying to get going, but learn to love objections, because objections, what they mean, tell me more. I think that's what I view an objection as. Like, some people are flat out, absolutely not, and then you're just polite and you move on, right? But you're going to get a lot of objections, and you know what? If you learn to overcome objections, you're going to have a lot of success in this business. And so I use this system that I train jewelers on. I trained on it at the rally actually recently, and it's just 4 connecting phrases to make basically like a sentence. Okay, so if somebody's, you see it right there. It's, I'm sorry, I'll tell you which one. It says, I understand. That page. I understand. If I could, so you can, would you be? And honestly, I copy and pasted this from my speech, so if some of this doesn't make sense, I just put this all together today. So if somebody says to you they're too busy to do the business or even do a show or whatever, they're too busy, what I would say is you relate to them first. You always start with relating. I understand. I am busy too. Oh my gosh, I've got 3 kids. They're in music, they're in sports. We are running all over the place. That's the first part. You relate to them. I understand. If I could is this. If I could show you how you also can fit Premier into your crazy busy life. So if I could, the next is this. So you can goes like this. So you can still make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. The last one is this. Would you be interested? So I'm so busy. Oh my gosh, I don't think I could do it. I totally understand. I am busy too. I am a busy mom of 3 boys. We are all over the place all the time. If I could show you how you also could fit Premier into your crazy busy life, so that you can still make that extra $500 to $1,000 a month, would you be interested? See, like when you learn that verbiage and those little skills, so keep this. Right away at your kickoff show, you're not going to be doing this, but I want you to hold that in the bank, somewhere back there, so that once you're starting to get your feet under you and you're feeling confident, and you start overcoming objections in that manner, I understand. If I could, so you could, would you be? Like you're going to just constantly be saying that. I wanted to share this part with you because this really boils down. I want you to write here, the next section, right above, in between those 2 little paragraphs, write office hours. Because I am telling you, no matter how busy you are, most people that do Premier actually have full-time jobs, families, and do Premier part-time. That's the majority of people in Premier. Does that surprise you?
No, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Most of them have full-time jobs, have families, and do Premier part-time. So don't think that if people are busy, they can't fit this business in, because that's the majority of people across America, okay? So I want to tell you, though, no matter how busy you are, you must have office hours. You have to. At least, I recommend 2 sessions a week for at least 2 hours where all you're doing is texting, communicating, trying to get bookings, following up. You want information about the business, getting more bookings, how relating to your hostess or seeing if your hostess got her jewelry. So 2 hours twice a week, and that needs to be building work, not maintaining work. It's not computer work time. It's building your business, getting bookings, sharing Premier, selling jewelry, getting on your Facebook to offer a sale, those kinds of things, okay? 2 times a week for 2 hours. When I started Premier, it was my 5th job. I must be a workaholic. I really like to shop. So I think I was a teacher. I had a lot of part-time jobs. So I actually got rid of most of those jobs right away. But do you think I was busy? Yeah, totally. I had worked every day. So now I don't. I love that I can work part-time and still make great income. But listen to this. Have you heard the saying, plan your work and work your plan? Anything worth it is work it. There is purpose in planning. This I said at rally, so there were men there too. Hard work plus planning equals a whole lot more success than just hard work. I have a feeling I got a lot of hard workers in here. People that are willing to go out on a limb and try their own business generally have work ethic, and they're willing to work hard. But hard work plus planning, meaning office work and systems, is going to equal a whole lot more success. If you want to sponsor on purpose, the purpose starts with a plan. So Proverbs 21:5 tells us, the plans of the diligent lead to profit as haste leads to poverty. So in general, haste makes waste, and that's a reflection of biblical truth. So those who are diligent and want to accomplish much, meaning sponsor, do more shows, hire retail, build a team, be a good leader, cannot approach life haphazardly. Diligence implies a plan, and haste is the enemy of planning. Can I get an amen, sister, on that?
Amen.
Yes. So I really want that you own a business, and you got to work it like a business. There's a saying out there also that says you can work your business part-time or you can work it full-time, but never work it spare time. So even if you plan on doing 1 or 2 shows a month, awesome. If you reach that goal, you are just as successful as the person who needed to do 15 shows a month, because that you reached your goal, and we're going to cheer you on just the same. But where was I going with that? I just totally lost that train of thought. It was really, really good. I've been doing that all night. I just got back from Albuquerque. I think I still have jet lag. Anyway, I'm just going to move on. So, Bling Team Meeting. I'm going to tell you that if you learn to work with your hostess and team up with your hostess, you're going to have a lot of success at your shows. And since it's a home show based business, it's absolutely golden. Like, you have to work with your hostess. When you walk in, you are really having conversation with her, right? So I do something with my hostesses called the Bling Team Meeting. And so as I'm setting up for my jewelry parties, I'm over here setting up, and I say, okay, wait, Sally, we need to have a Bling Team meeting here, you and I. I need to tell you a few things if you want to use Bling Team meeting. They really like that. But there's 3 things I tell her, 3 things that I have to share with you tonight before the ladies show up. And you have to write these down because I don't have them written down here. The first is you want to let your hostess know what the retail special is for the evening before anybody shows up. Because she's going to be working with people, and you're going to be over here, and if she sees they have 2 things, she's going to be encouraging them to get that 3rd thing. Do you know what we call that? We call it shopping under the influence. Because when girlfriends shop together, they talk each other into buying, right? And so the next thing that you share with your hostess is you point blank ask her, I need your help with bookings tonight. Okay, this is my hostess plan. My hostesses are the ones that get me my bookings because I ask her for help. If you don't ask her, she does not know what to help you with, right? It's just like chocolate cake. None of you knew that you wanted to bite a chocolate cake until I just mentioned the word chocolate cake, right? It's so true with your business. If you want help in that area, you ask your hostess for help. So I'll literally say to her, listen, it's my goal tonight to get 3 bookings, because I'm going to be thrilled for 3 future jewelry shows, and I'm going to be a super happy jewelry lady, but I also get to give you $50 in free jewelry. So I really want to team up on that. If you are willing, this is what I tell her, if you are just willing to say to your friends and family that they should have a show and that you'll come, it's crazy. It's like magic. It happens. They will have a show if it's coming from you. I'll ask them too, but you're their friend. So all you have to say is, you should have a show, I'll come. And if you come to that show, I will give you $10 off if you order jewelry from her show. So that encourages her too she'll order it typically at the next jewelry show. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is, all you have to say is, have you ever thought of doing something part-time? And that opens the door. And you know what? You are going to be shocked at the number of people that say yes.
That's nice.
So, what's that?
Oh,
you're fine. So, have you ever thought about doing something part-time? And then you say, listen, watch me tonight. You give her what's called the wow information, which is we make 50%. There are no quotas. Say you have a $1,000 show, you actually make $500. So you just give her some of that wow information, okay? Those are the 3 things. Tell your hostess the retail. Ask her to help you with bookings. Ask her if she's ever thought about doing part-time. That really has to be a part of your overall evening. That's part of your job, is to have that meeting with your hostess. I'm not going to go through the transition lines because of lack of time. Well, maybe I'll read them fast. You can follow along since you have them. So eventually, and again, your sponsor is going to do your kickoff show, and this is not something that you have to do. This will come in time. Again, it's one of those things that just put it in your memory bank, and at some point it'll start flowing out of your mouth. But in presenting, they always say you need to have transition lines into your key points. Like, you build it up so that people listen to really what you have to say. Because you're up there my shows are only like 20, 25 minutes. But these key things that I need to have transition lines. So here's what I say before I do my fashion. Ladies, have you ever noticed someone who just walks into the room and she grabs your attention by what she's wearing? She may have super cute clothes on, but that pulled together look, the look that really catches your eye, it's her jewelry. Now, jewelry is not your only accessory, but it is your number one accessory. So I want to show you now how you can use your jewelry to take your look from an outfit to a statement. And then boom, you show your jewelry. Does this make sense? Like, doesn't that like make you want to drool? Like, when I learned that, I thought this makes sense to really build that up. Now I really want to see what she's got for fashion, right? So this next is before you go through your booking segment, like when you want to book parties. And first you stack your boxes. I didn't bring my boxes, but you might have seen that. And show how much free and half-price jewelry you can get as a hostess. But actually, before that, you say, ladies, I just hope you love the jewelry, and I certainly hope you can get a few things to support Susie's show tonight. But I encourage you to save your long list and do a show of your own. Because when you do that, you get loads of free and half-price jewelry. Premier has the top hostess plan in the entire industry. So if you're interested in having a party, as long as we pencil it in, it counts towards Susie's show tonight. And then you'll also get that beautiful bracelet that I showed you at the beginning of the home show, presented to you at your jewelry show. So I want to tell you now about our hostess plan. Then you stack your boxes, right? And then you can hold up that little charm bracelet again. All right, so that's the transition line into your booking segment. And now before the sponsoring segment, I'll say something like this. I want to tell you a little bit about Premier Designs as a business opportunity. But before I do that, I want you all to know that I know a job like this is not for everyone. I also know that everyone knows someone who could use some part-time income. So if it's not for you, that is totally okay. Maybe someone you know will come to mind. So those are transition lines. Your 3 key points are selling jewelry to make money, getting bookings to make more money, and sharing Premier so that you can share the opportunity with others, right? So retail, booking, sponsoring. On the back side of this is that form I told you about, and I realized that, no, my name is not on this. You can actually use this form. You can photocopy it off. On the back, typically, I don't have the whole fashion handout for you, but I'll post this on there too. This is tips on how to dress, accessorize, and manage your closet. And so ladies get these fun little fashion tips, and then they get the information on the business. Please, if I forget to put on there, let me know, and I can post it even on the Facebook page, okay? So basically, that's basically most of what I'm going to share. Wait, what about the booking tracking form? Did I not get this?
It's on the other side.
It's on the other side, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay, this I want you to take, and this is going to be how your sponsor is going to help track your first few shows so that we can gauge the areas you may need a little extra help in as you're, because nobody's perfect out of the chute, with their business. So we want to be able to help you identify, like, if you're 3 or 4 shows in and you're not getting bookings, then you better go to somebody's home show and watch how she's getting bookings, or go online, or maybe offer an additional incentive like Candy mentioned. Like you can actually offer, if they book tonight, they get this, and they also get this the night of their show. So all you do, girls, is you put your name, your training show date, and when your quick start date ends, okay? And then you put down your hostesses' names that you have booked. So we have this at the end of her training show. So after your training show, you pull this sheet out, and Susie needs a copy, and you need a copy, or whoever your sponsor is. And so you have a copy at your house. She has one at her house. And after the training show, you write down all the bookings that you have scheduled on your calendar as of now. And then it's your job to refer back to her after each of these shows. The show date, the retail, the number of guests, did she have the advanced orders, number of bookings, and any prospect names. So after each show, this is your tracking system. Guess who came up with this? My husband used to work full-time with me in Premier, and he actually came up with this tracking system for new jewelers, and it really works. So you have to, actually, I don't even know if they use this, so you have to be the one to share this with your sponsor and have her help you track that, because it is golden. Like I said, if your retail's low after your 3rd show, we're going to offer you, instead of going another 2 or 3 shows before you can fix it, right then we want to offer you a new retail incentive, or change up your fashion. Upstairs, and I can show them when we get up there, but I've been doing bundle of bling ensemble specials. So so much fun. That's my fashion. So I bundle up like 4 or 5 pieces of jewelry, necklace, earring, bracelet, ring. And if they buy the bundle, they get the earrings for half price. And then that same bundle is what I post on my Facebook, because I create an event for all my shows before the show, so they're kind of teasing them, showing the bundles. And those same bundles are what I'm showing on my mannequin. You don't have to have a mannequin, by the way, but I do use a mannequin. And I show those bundles on a mannequin. So by that time, they have seen these bundles, and I am selling those bundles like hotcakes. And that's a high ticket. They're well up there, $150 to $200 purchases. Okay, so just fun little things that you can do with fashion. Those things you'll learn as you go. As a new jeweler, you know all you have to do for your fashion? First, you greet everybody at the door and you tell them to go put on jewelry. Give them a specific number. Say, go put on 2 pieces of jewelry. And and don't take them off, because that's what I'm doing for my fashion. So tell them, put it on. It's like dress up for ladies. Just keep it on. And then they go sit down. And then all you have to do for fashion as a new jeweler is just walk around and talk about the piece that you don't have to nail the name of the jewelry. You just, it's pretty. If you can say it's pretty, you are going to be successful. But you can actually talk about it. Like this one, it has multiple colors. Mixed metals are super trendy right now. This one goes with just about anything. Then move on. Look, you have the same one on. And just talk about, you know, the simplicity of just a silver chain against her printed top, because you're not supposed to duplicate. Or there's only one busy, is a rule of fashion, only one busy. So if you have print to your top, generally you keep it simple with your fashion, with your jewelry. Okay, this piece is just perfect for her, right?
I just got this today. I love
It's like so you, like it goes with your hair,
I love
it goes with your outfit, it's so cute. Anyway, so you just go around the room. And I do try to learn people's names, but at first, just put a name tag on everyone. Because women really love, it's biblical, like it really is. When you're called by name, it literally lights a woman up. So really, I try, if I have 5 to 7 ladies, I memorize names. And it's hard.
I bought name tags.
Or use name tags.
I
But
did.
sometimes I'll have a
I'm
piece of
terrible.
paper going, and I'll say, I'll put like Susie, hot pink, or Christy, cute hair. So that, and then I'll call her Christy. Okay, so Christy, where do you work? How many kids do you have, Christy? You know, you say, and then you got it. So it's kind of fun to do that. I have just made that a little challenge for myself. And at every home show, people are like, I can't believe that you remember everybody's name. And they feel that personal connection, right? Because this business is all about building personal relationships. So does anybody have any other questions?
I like the YouTube videos. I've learned a lot
Oh,
from the
they're amazing.
rally videos and stuff. Because, you know, I mean, I'm new. And
Yeah,
I
my
just,
whole thing about the national rallies, that's like this month I'm moving to Mississippi.
Well, just try to work it out. I mean, I literally, can I tell you, last July, I landed in Albuquerque, and my family picked me up with the U-Haul, and we started moving to Virginia. So I didn't even go back and visit my house. So
Oh, God.
I went still. And 7 years before that, when we moved to Albuquerque, we moved in July, which was the month of rally. So there's been two times during the month of rally that we moved, and I worked around it. So just try.
You might be able to answer this question. On the Premier website, they have the training section with the videos.
Okay.
And then if you go down to like sponsoring, like as a new jeweler, when I click it, it says I'm not authorized to watch those videos. Like I'm not. So when I called the home office, because I did.
Yeah,
And,
you should. They are very helpful.
Because I'm that girl.
That's
Because
okay.
I'm like, look, if you want me to sponsor out the shoot, then I would think that this
Yeah.
should be accessed
Yes.
to me. And they were like, well, you're not at a level that you can access those videos yet. And
No,
they didn't have a reason for me to me.
That's not true. You're going to have to show me what videos you clicked on. If it's leadership, like the leadership trips, or if it's that, yes, unless you have
It was
jewelers.
the sponsoring,
I don't even
which
understand.
doesn't make sense.
Then they
because-
were out to lunch because they did not know what they're talking about. You should have that. I know that's a glitch of some sort. I want to know about that, and I'll call them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
So I've been on the website a couple of different times, and what I'm trying to do is, with my company, we have what's called like our e-board, and we can sell different things on there. And I was trying to pull something off of the website. Like I do this all the time when I'm getting events out for work. And I can pull like the thing off. It's like a flyer or whatever. You can write in it.
Okay.
And you just like take it from there and you can put it in emails so I can send it out. But I haven't been able to figure out which one I can use them. Like I see the flyers, but it's like you got to print them, and I don't want to print them. I want to keep it electronic.
You know, upstairs, Courtney would be someone that would be a good.
Courtney?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ask Courtney. I will tell you guys. Do you want to know the very simple format? I didn't. Somebody was going to bring their. I forgot to ask those envelopes.
Well, I have them.
Oh, you do? It was you. Those little cards you can use to prompt like the next part of your show. So you're getting these cards in your kit, and then you can use a dry erase marker to actually make your notes on there. So you can use these, but you don't even have to. But at first, you just want to say, you know, a little bit about yourself. You know, before I joined Premier, I did this. I heard about Premier because here, and then what I love most about Premier is this. And you just kind of introduce yourself, and that's also. Then I want to invite someone. You can make a little note. I want to invite so and so up and give her bracelet to kick off the show. And then would be, I think, the guarantee. So on the back of it, look, is the golden guarantee. 60 days to purchase. Premier will place it. Blah blah blah. So that's easy for you. Just hold this up. And then after the golden guarantee, you want to go into your hostess plan. Which is that on here? I don't really know where the hostess plan is. Is it? Want more sparkle?
Right here.
I thought that was
Oh, okay.
what I said.
So yeah, hostess perks. Hostess perks are here. So you can go off of this, but really all I do is, like I said, stack the boxes, and then you know, offer the gift, show the gift around the room. So, but this has the specifics to your hostess plan in it. So these cards are great. They're great little and then you can put your notes on it. And then the Heart of Premier, which is information on the business. So I use Big Money. You can get this right off the website. I just show them, ladies, this is $1,000. And what I do is I compare it against a typical part-time job. That 5-hour thing, if you work 5 hours at Target 4 times a month, make you $200. If you put those 5 hours into Premier, it's closer to $1,000. So, you know, and then I hand them that little handout that I'll post. That you actually have a picture of, you just don't have the fashion side of it, and you can actually go through this with them, because they have it in their hands. This is a great way to sponsor you guys, because guess what? You give them all the information. If they're going to meet with you or set up a time to meet with you, it's probably going to be to sign up and become a jeweler, because you've already pretty much, they know most of the information, right? So anyway, so that's that, and then give them your retail special. So that's all it is. You show some jewelry. You tell them about how much they get for free if they're a hostess. You share about information about the business. You tell them what your retail special is. And then you just socialize and shop and have fun. But I always tell jewelers, and then I'm done, the success of your show begins when your presentation ends. Because that is when you go to work. That's when you got to be thinking one step ahead of each person. Like, oh, I really want to tell her she'd be good at Premier. You said you were a stay-at-home mom. You should totally think about this as a business. Have you ever thought about something part-time? And you just have a conversation with people. So that's when you're, pass this back to her. That's when you're really thinking. You're got working your little crowd. So anyway, is that it? Does anybody have any other questions? I think we probably are definitely timed out. You guys are an awesome group. I want to show everybody that's on live because I have a lot of people watching live right now. Okay, let's say hi. Look at all these new jewelers in the Baltimore, Annapolis area. So exciting. So I'm going to say goodbye to y'all. Goodbye, because I'm going to get pictures of these guys.